Hey guys, 22 Plinkster here. Have you ever heard that old term, bringing a knife to a gunfight? Now, you can do both. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the Melly Gun. This is something strange, something different. If you're familiar with my channel, you know that I like kind of niche products. Not only that, I like rare, unique, different stuff. All right, I own 2 zip guns for Pete's sake. This was brought to my attention a couple of months ago, and basically what it is a knife gun. You've got a 6.7-inch blade that is extremely sharp. And inside of this handle, you have a 6-shot revolver. It is well engineered, it's got some heft to it, and is very, very well made. Let me show you how to load it really quick. So right here, you've got a little tab. You simply just turn this tab twice, and that will lift up your trigger mechanism. Back here on the back, you simply press in, and you open up. You got right here a 6-shot revolver, okay? So let's just load up a few rounds of some CCI standard here. And like I mentioned before, I like cool, neat guns. You know, don't get me wrong, I like the polymer guns and I like, you know, wood and steel, but there's just something different about a firearm that serves 2 purposes. Now, this firearm does not have sights, so you have to point shoot, and there's a silhouette right here in front of me about 20 feet. Let me see if I can hit it a few times. And when you load it, you're going to notice that there's indentions between the rounds here in the cylinder. When you close this down, you have to have one of those indentions there at 12 o'clock. You simply press down, press in the button, and you're good to go. So, all right. That's a pretty good group. That's at 20 feet, no sights, just point shooting. Now, I am curious about something. I've got a gong down there at 100 yards. Can I hit it with the Melly Gun? Let me reload, let's find out. All right, let's load up some more CCI standard here. Now the grips on the knife pistol or knife revolver, a lot of you are going to get on to me if I accidentally say pistol because this technically is a revolver. The grips are made out of aluminum. They've got really good checkering, and if you do order one on their website, you have a couple of options of what kind of grips that you would actually like on it. I went with the OD green kind of look, and I think you can change or pick two different kind of blades, or the color for the blades. It's a black one and kind of a stainless steel looking one. So, all right, I've got 6 shots loaded up here. Let's lower this down. Now, I am strictly point shooting here. I don't know if I'm gonna get close to that gong or not, but hopefully I'll hit it and my Caldwell flashbang will light up. So here we go. This is gonna be a little difficult. First couple of shots are gonna be just trial and error. Right? Couldn't tell. Oh, right to the left of it. Right high. Oh, I literally missed it twice, about like an inch, I think, right below it and right beside it. So, all right, I've got to load it up, got to try it again. All right, I wasn't successful the first try, hitting the gong at 100. We're gonna try it 6 more. Just in case you have the Melly Gun on your hip for self-defense and some guy shooting at you at 100 yards. I just want to prove that you can kind of do it or get close, scare them at least. All right, here we go. I hit it. Now that you've seen me shoot it a few times, let's talk a little bit about the Melly Gun. In 1999, the company was formed, and this particular firearm was originally called a Grad, G-R-A-D. And in 2000, it was kind of resurrected and became the Melly Gun. And during that time period, some things have changed with the Melly Gun. First and foremost, what's pretty cool about this rimfire is that you can dry fire and dry fire it safely. A lot of rimfires you can't dry fire safely because the square pin hits on the edge of the barrel that strikes the edge of the rim, causes it to go off. This one, it strikes it a little bit lower, and it is a rounded firing pin instead of a square pin. So this gun, this firearm, is not really meant to be fired tens of thousands of rounds like a competition pistol. This is kind of a cool, safe, cool piece of equipment that you can bring out and show friends with, and like, have you ever seen a knife revolver? I've got one. And first thing people want to do is kind of pull the trigger on an empty chamber, and you don't have to worry about messing the firearm up by the firing pin hitting the side of the cylinder. Now there is one cool thing also. You simply twist that 2 times and this comes up. That is the trigger. And you press this button in the rear here, this comes up. So there's an indentation right here on the top, and that's actually where your firing pin is resting. So if you're out and about and you drop this on a loaded cylinder, you don't have to worry about the firearm going off. So that is pretty good. It's got a 3.5-inch barrel, and it is rifled with a 1/16 twist, so you can be kind of accurate with it. I think it's a pretty cool concept. You know, this is nothing new. There's been pistols and one-shot pistols put into knives for over 100 years, but this is a 6-shot 22 revolver, and they also make one in 25 ACP. Let me load it up a few times. I'm gonna throw a laser on here. Don't know if it's gonna work or not, but I'm gonna load it up, throw a laser on there, and we're just gonna do a little bit more shooting. Ah! Deer's fed. Before I load it up, I've done a lot of redneck things on my channels. You guys have pretty much expect something like this to happen. I've got a little laser on it. So I don't know if you guys can see the laser or not. Yeah, so I've got a laser on it. I don't know, I haven't shot it with the laser, but I'm just going to see if I can kind of group a little bit with it. My guess, since I've only double-sided sticky taped the laser with 3M tape, that after about 4 shots it's going to fall off, if that many. But, you know, I want to try it. Because I know you guys would probably say, since it doesn't have sight, you need to put a laser on it. And maybe one day somebody will come out with laser, like grip laser handles. You know, that would be pretty cool. They think do on a lot of firearms. I think Crimson Trace makes a bunch that you just grip the handle and a laser shoots out the side. That would be pretty cool. But until now, we got 3M double-sided sticky tape, and it's not sighted in. I've just got it on there. Let's just see. Let's just see if it's even close. All right. All right, yep, there's my laser. All right, here we go. You know what? That's a pretty good group. You know, I was aiming in one spot the whole time, and of course you can see how it's shaky because it's got a long trigger pull. This is not a match trigger, okay? But it is a very smooth trigger, okay? It's grouping about 1 inch to the right and about 1 inch low. I think it's so accurate that I may be able to split a playing card with this. I repainted the target because I was just kind of aiming center mass, and now I've got a little white dot. I'm gonna take my time and see how consistent, because if I can get it pretty consistent, I think I can split a playing card. I'm not gonna move the laser left or right or anything like that. I'm just gonna be still kind of point shooting, high left, high right, whatever I need to go. So, and now I'm gonna be aiming for that white dot. So take my time a little bit better. I flinched bad. Okay. flinched on that one. All right, so that's about well, that's 5 shots. I got one more. Yeah, all right. So that's about a 3.5 to 4 inch group at 20 feet. So I'm definitely shooting right and low. I'm gonna stick a playing card up. Let's just give it a few shots. Maybe I can split it, maybe I can't. Before I set up a playing card down there, let's see if I can split one this way. See, that's easy. All right, loading up 6 rounds. If I can hang on to them. Got a playing card down there right in front of the target. I'm gonna attempt to split this card. No one has ever split a playing card with the Melly Gun. So he said I will be the first one to ever do it. And I said, you know what, I gotta try it. All right, this is kind of a long way. This is probably about 18, 19 feet. So, all right, laser's on. All right, I'm gonna be aiming for the same spot because it's gonna be shooting about 8 inches right and 8 inches low. Oh, I missed it by 1/2 inch, I think. Too low. Well, first person to split a playing card with the Melly Gun. I know this video has been a little bit of a different video, but like I said, if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I love novelty firearms, and especially novelty firearms that can serve a purpose. If you want to use this thing deer hunting to clean a deer, you can do it. If you want to use it as self-defense, you can do it. It's a pretty neat engineered firearm, and it is built like a tank. It feels good. It's very high quality. And you know, there's a couple of things that I did not mention. One, you do not have to lift the trigger up to load the firearm. You just simply press this button right here. Well, let me get it the right way. There we go. You press that button right there, and then you can simply make sure it's indexed and close it right back. But if you do have the trigger up, like so, and you want to load the firearm, you load the firearm, then you simply close it, and there's a sear on both sides right here on the side of the trigger. You can simply press those sears down and slowly pull the trigger down like this right here and twist this into place, and you're good to go. So you don't have to walk around with the trigger exposed or the firearm cocked ready to go. But I think they did a crazy good job on this firearm. I can't wait to add it to my collection. Maybe you guys have some questions. You better put them in the comments below. Until next time, y'all be safe and keep licking.